Did you know that the first union of women's workers was established in Lowell, Massachusetts? Well, if not, you're going to find out today. So let's get started. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Virtual History 360. I'm Mr. Wade, and today we are talking about the history of the Lowell Mill Girls. What about the labor union I started with? Well, you'll have to stick around to hear that story. Now, but first, what exactly am I talking about when I say Lowell Mill Girls? Well, the Lowell Mill Girls were young women employed in an innovative system of labor in textile mills centered in Lowell, Massachusetts during the early 19th century. Employing women in a factory was a new idea for the time. The system of labor in the Lowell Mills became widely admired because the young women were housed in an environment that was not only safe, but reputed to be culturally advantageous. So, what was it about these Lowell Mills? Well, we got to talk about Frances Cabot Lowell. Frances Cabot Lowell founded the Boston Manufacturing Company, prompted by the increased demand for cloth during the War of 1812. Using the latest technology, he built a factory in Massachusetts which used water power to run machines that processed raw cotton into finished fabric. The factory needed workers, of course, but Lowell wanted to avoid using child labor, which was commonly used in fabric mills in England. The workers did not need to be physically strong, as the work was not strenuous. The machines did a lot of the work. However, the workers had to be intelligent to master the complicated machinery. The solution was to hire young women. In New England, there were a number of girls who had some education in that they could read and write. Working in the textile mill seemed like a step up from working on the family farm. Think about it. Working at a job and earning wages was an innovation in the early decades of the 19th century, when many Americans still worked on family farms or at small family businesses. And for young women at the time, it was also an opportunity to assert some independence from their families, despite being paid less than men doing the same work. The company even set up boarding houses to provide safe places for the female employees to live while working at the factories. Despite the hardship of mill work, though, women remained an important part of the textile workforce for many years. In the late 19th century, women held nearly 2/3 of all textile jobs in Lowell, with many immigrant women joining the Yankee mill girls in the textile industry. The number of Irish employed in Lowell's mills rose dramatically in the 1840s as Irish men and women fled their famine-stricken land. Thousands of immigrants from many other countries settled in Lowell in the decades after the Civil War. But it wasn't always easy, and these women had to fight for what they got. Lowell's textile corporations paid higher wages than those in other textile cities, but work was arduous and conditions were frequently unhealthy. This is when the first labor union representing women comes into play. Remember what I talked about at the beginning of the video. Although the city's corporations threatened labor reformers with firing or blacklisting, meaning to keep them from working with other companies, many mill girls protested wage cuts and poor working conditions. Female workers struck twice in the 1830s. In the 1840s, female labor reformers banded together to promote the 10-hour workday, in the face of strong corporate opposition, of course. Few strikes succeeded, however, and Lowell's workforce remained largely unorganized. So, what did the Lowell Mill Girls really win with these strikes? Well, in the short term, not much really. But that's how it often is with the first pioneers in social justice movements. Both of their strikes were crushed, and the only real victory they won was the 10-hour workday. But like I said, that was in the short term. In the long term, the Lowell Mill Girls started something that transformed this country. No one told them how to do it, But they showed that working women didn't have to put up with injustice in the workplace. They got fed up, joined together, supported each other, and fought for what they knew was right. Wow. So, let me ask you, what about you? As we celebrate Women's History Month, what do you think of this story? Have you heard this before? Did you know this history before you watched this video? I want to hear from you, so tell me what you think or what you knew in the comments below. I want to hear about it. While you're there, go ahead and hit that like button for me so YouTube knows to share this video with everyone. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. You know, if that button's red, let's go ahead and turn it gray. And be sure to check out my other videos like the ones you see to the side over here. I have other history videos, US history like this, or civics, government. I have world history. I even have videos that I've shot in 360 that you can look all the way around. So do yourselves a favor and check them out because I know you're going to like them. Alright, so for Virtual History 360, I'm Mr. Wade. I'll see you next time.